Here's the Issue is an opinionated program based on the information we had readily available to us at the time of the recording, and not necessarily the views of any sponsors. We acknowledge that by its very nature, the information we release may be susceptible to updates and redactions, and we will readily perform them as needed. I'm Samanthachips.
And I'm Sheppy.
Here's the issue.
What has university been like for you as a student with this pandemic?
For me personally, because I hate classrooms, I hate having to see people, I hate having to see lecturers, I hate having to go somewhere physically. Maybe because of laziness, it may be because I just feel like whatever me I'm good if you go learn, I can read it on the slides and the lecture slides and all that shit anyway. Like I don't need to be there. So this opportunity to stay home and watch said slides and listen to the recordings of lectures, or even choose to go to lectures if I feel like it because there are recordings anyway, is awesome. It saves me taxi fare. The learning isn't that different, I feel like. The only thing is when it comes to certain practicals and field trips and all them, something that it's kind of limited, but I feel like you can get through your studies without that. I feel like that's an additive. I freaking love it. I don't mind it. What I mind is the fact that because they're trying to limit the exams, they give you more coursework. For example, I'm doing a course now that used to have an exam. They cut it out because of COVID. So now it's 100% coursework, and she added a second essay. So we have a final paper and another final paper that you do at home. So the downside to that is obviously extra work. But you get to do it at home, which means you get to modify, fix, go through, ensure your A basically. You couldn't do that in an exam. You get your 2 hours to do your paper, you do what you do and come out. So you get all this extra time to do your home, your schoolwork at home, and that's freaking awesome. In episodes when nobody wants to say it's not that bad. Unless you're not an introvert and you like to socialize, you're a social butterfly, this will suck for you. Unless you have issues trusting yourself to just get up and turn on the phone and enter class, you're lazy, or I don't know, you need a teacher over you for you to do the work, or you need to see the teacher to experience the classroom feel, to remember the work because you're that type of learner. I don't know what your problem is, but mine doesn't fit in any of those boxes. I don't have a problem. My problem is I don't have a problem.
Alright, well,
what's your problem?
For my thing, here's the issue. Right? When I do school and how I look at things is, well, I guess different from you. I'm a people person. I need to see. I need to see people. I need to beat people because I'm competitive as hell. Right? I need to go to a spot, say, alright, this is the competition zone. I'm in my mood. I have to get at it. I have to fight. I have to compete. All of that. That's my thing. Waking up every morning to turn on a little box to go into my quote-unquote classroom just to try and learn some shit from somebody who can't even work the system. Right? Alright, so go into this whole thing, that's my classroom, and I have to learn in this, can barely function, they can barely work the system, I can barely understand what they're saying, internet don't even work half the time, go through all of that, then they give you like double the amount of coursework that you have to do on your own, as if you're not doing other shit. It's not like the hours in the day gone up. You have to do all of that, then they look at you and ask you why you can't keep up. I'm like, yo, why you can't keep down, the fuck? Alright?
I get it.
And it's all of that, and it's like, with school, to me, the purpose of school isn't necessarily the coursework. I can Google this shit half the time. The purpose of school is the whole social aspect of building the relationships and connections so you can develop further. So when you reach at different points now, you have these relationships established already. All of this shit is what I think about and what came into factors when I chose to go to this school. So when I'm doing it through this medium now, I'm like, what's the fucking point? Just picture this, I go into a class, a 3-hour long class, you spend 2 hours trying to figure out the system and you spend the other hour just time to grade the other person. What was the point of you?
Alright, okay. So I get it, you wanted you experience to form relationships and basically network.
I'm just saying that was part of the reason why I decided to go to UE. UE versus Google.
But it doesn't limit it in it just changes the dynamic. Right? You can still network.
I'm not saying nay.
Oh, okay.
But this wasn't what I signed up for. It's harder now. The changes you made to adapt to this are not adequate. Right? And then I'm forced, because I'm like the prototype, or the guinea pig to just suffer through your bullshit, and I get penalized for it, and I'm also paying for this shit.
You don't feel like they're marking us easier? Or
No.
less stringent?
No.
Really?
No. You got that degree.
I just feel as though you get more opportunities to pass this way.
I don't want to pass, I want to excel.
Honestly, at my first try at UE, because I did take a 3-year hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
C's and B's. B's the highest. No A's.
C's get degrees.
C's get degrees. I know. But A's make me feel like I did some shit, you know? Because C's you can get just... You don't have to do shit to get C's. You just do the final paper and no coursework, no nothing. That's basically what I was doing. Mm-hmm. No, I find that I'm motivated to do something and I forgot no class to present nothing. I can just send you my presentation and you mark it. I don't have to present shit. Right? I do my essay, I send it to you.
Real introvert, huh?
I am not necessarily an introvert. I like socializing. You know me.
Yeah, but I like presenting.
But
I like letting people know that I'm way smarter than them. I love doing that shit.
They can just look at me and tell. Alright, so you need that environment to excel.
Yeah, this has been torture for me.
I mean, so see, we're having two different experiences.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, well, that's awesome though. That means it's less monotonous, this conversation. It's more, there's a new dynamic now where you're telling me you're having a shitty time, I'm telling you I'm having an awesome time. Are you getting A's?
Yes.
So, alright, I get it.
I get A's, but I'm miserable as fuck.
You're getting what you paid for. Sort of. For the most part, 3/4 of what you're paying for, you're getting. That quarter, you're just being nitpicky.
Nitpicking?
Yeah. Nitpicking. I've built relationships over the phone with people I've never met in my life. These niggas care about me.
Explain that to me.
Okay.
Explain that shit.
Okay.
Because I feel your line.
No. Alright, so there was this one class I have by this particular department. Know nothing about this course. I took it up as an elective, and obviously, since I know nothing of the course, I probably need a little extra help here and there. So I get the extra help from the lecture, consultations and all of that, and use it. And then you just find people messaging me outside of the group, because we have a WhatsApp group. Mm-hmm. Don't know these people, just see random number pop up with people asking me if I need help here and there, asking me for help, right? Telling me how I did great with that presentation or whatever, and they think I'm super smart, etc. And then we start building a little relationship where I care about their fucking grades now. How you doing? How that go? You need help with that? Right? And it's super cool. And I meet people who are musicians. I'm into the whole music thing, and it's a music class, a music course. Mm-hmm. So you meet people who are musicians or who know stuff about that entire field that you know nothing about, and they're teaching you and they're telling you stuff. And I sing on the side. I do singing. I used to host events and stuff like that and sing at people events and things. So to learn more about a craft that you didn't really perfect, that's cool. And you can't measure that. And at the same time, I didn't have to look them in the face. I didn't have to meet them to get that type of connection.
So the people hearing this now, you hear all the nice treatment she gets through this shit, right?
What you saying is because I'm a woman? What you saying?
No.
There are women too, women. Okay, alright.
I'm not saying it's because you're a woman. I'm saying it's because you're pretty.
Okay.
Right? Because I don't get that shit.
It's because you probably operate off your ego in class.
In class? I'm not even at class.
Sorry. On your online platform.
Okay, yeah.
You're just there sounding like that obnoxious smart guy.
Obnoxious?
Not on purpose. Just it is what it is.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I won't deny the possibility.
Some people won't be like, let me talk to that guy. Maybe if they met you, they can tell you're not an asshole, you sound like one.
Okay.
Right? So that's it then.
What I'm hearing you saying is I function better when you meet me in person.
Yeah, and I get the struggle. I'm telling you why I don't have that struggle.
I have a massive struggle with that stuff because I'm doing everything. And it's like I'm capable of everything. Humble brag. In fact, not so humble brag, just a brag. Right? And then I'll tell you, okay, just do this. Right? People will like not do it, don't even ask me any questions, fail, then blame me. And I'm like, if we saw each other in person, you understand you couldn't say any of your shit to me, right? Sorry, allegedly, potentially. Not in real life. Whichever one that doesn't get me sued.
I have to be honest now. I'm having one course where I have a bit of difficulty with and it's not because of how the course set up or anything or the work itself. It's just that it involves group work.
Oh, we're going to talk about group work.
Okay, group work. I hate this fucking shit. I hate it because the work is so easy and working with dunce people just makes it seem harder than it should. Right? Because I could do this thing in a day, less than a couple of, a couple hours. I could do 3/4 of the assignments I have by myself in this amount of time. Done. Probably get A's. Right? But then when you have to share the load with other people, the opinions, and you're sharing everything with them, you're sharing your grade with them, and them dunce, there's a problem. Because one is either you go and do all of the work and give them the grade, which me not do. So I ended up just dispersing the work, and that's it.
Cool.
So I ended up dispersing the work amongst everybody, and the quality of the work I got back from each person was not equal, and it made me regret doing that. I wanted to just take it all back, do all the work by myself, and fuck off with them, not give them no grade, just do it myself. But then I was just like, but that's not the point of the friggin' course. You're supposed to you get graded at the end of this. They grade you, your group members grade you, and you grade them, and you get 5 marks or something like that from that experience. And I'm just like, I can't let these people hate me, but I really don't like them because they're probably gonna give me a shit grade, even if I did do 3/4 of the work. So I'm having a hard time with that because I know they think I'm an asshole. And that's only because I am being one because them dunce, and I can't help it. But I don't think that's a fault of COVID or the structure that we're now in. It's just that them dunce. So I can't blame COVID. And I don't think if they met me in person, it would have made any difference.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree. My experiences are a bit more extreme than that.
What are you going through?
Well, for one, I've never had a good group in my entire time at university.
Don't think they exist.
No, I've heard about good ones. In fact, I'm in a good one now-ish because I have one good group member. And that's 10 times what I could ever ask for.
Is a woman?
Yes. Right? So, first things first. My thing is group project starts and I'm I know everything that needs to be done. That should be a plus for you. Right? Mm-hmm. So certain things I do the project, I say we need to do exactly this. Do you all agree? Yes. Can we do it all? Yes. Here's my part. You just do this. What more can you want?
And they still do crap.
This cacao decides he gonna do his own thing.
He's a man.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, shit on your own sex for me so I don't have to do it.
Understand? Of course. This time he gonna do his own thing. I tell him, this is not what to do. Do it like this. He stops responding entirely. Hands in the assignment. In fact, no, I'm lying. Let me not lie on this, man. I look at it and I'm alright, I don't have the energy to fight with this dude over a phone. If it was in person, different story. Not over the phone. I'm let me hand this in, let him realize he's doing stupidness. Okay. He hands it in. Actually, I'll be fair, they gave some of my parts some comments, but his parts were all wrong, and they said this looks incredibly simple and not well thought out.
Haphazardly put together.
No thought was put into this. You just wanted an idea for an idea's sake, you didn't think it through.
Yeah.
And because you didn't do exactly what I told you.
Yeah.
So he does this thing now, hands it in, and this is the comment now. So now I have to fix the entire thing just for my grade? Really? Really? And fixing the entire thing is just going back to what I said initially?
I get it.
I'm supposed to go back to this? I can't even find this dude in person to just tell him how much of an idiot he is? Because when I message him and saying why are you ignoring me when I tell you to do it this way? Mm-hmm. What do you think he does? Turns off his fucking phone.
No, do you think it's him shame or I'm just stupid?
No, I think it's a case. At the time, I thought it was a case that alright, he just realized that he don't have to talk to me, and just does his thing his own way. I didn't think he was ashamed. I think he was headstrong.
Alright, suppose you had to meet up as a group back in the day. You pick a time and all of you meet up at the same place, same time. You think you would have built a better relationship with him where he wouldn't be reacting to you this way?
When you say better relationship?
Meaning he'd probably understand your personality better and not take it as you being a bit, forward and acting like you're smarter than everybody, even though you probably are.
I think he'd understand that I'm way smarter than him if we met up in person.
But he probably have something else in common with you that you guys could bond over.
Bond? You think I'm bonding over my fucking schoolwork?
I don't know. You build relations. This is how you build relationships. You bond with the
I don't build a relationship with the people I'm in a group with. Have you not heard my group experiences?
But this is your first good one. Or
this is not the good one.
Oh, this is one of the crappy ones.
The good one was the person that's amazing. The rest of the people are trash. But she's amazing.
How much group work you have doing per course right now? Like each course has a group?
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does.
I couldn't manage more than one a semester.
Try five.
Shoot.
And they're all bad. Now there are a couple of good people in. For this semester in particular, I've gotten like at least one good person in all of them. But a group of 5, that's still 3 trash group members.
I've gotten none.
Man, I've gotten some. I like the degree I'm doing now.
Yes, you did do a change.
Yes, I like the degree I'm doing now.
I don't like mine, so everything is tedious.
There are people I can work with mentally with the degree I'm doing now.
Maybe that's what I need to do, but I'm too far in third year, so
right.
I can't go back.
The only little gripe I've ever had is with a group member of mine for this particular course, the one I work well with, is I said, let's do this. And all she did was she brought it to the lecturer and asked if that's a good idea. The lecturer said, yes, I'm fine with that. To me, you wasted your time a little bit, but that's fine.
She wants to be sure of her grade. That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
It's all of her. It's all of your grades.
I'm fine with that. What have I had? I've had what? A person claiming I stole the grade even though I gave them everything. And I got pneumonia doing that course.
I'm afraid of that.
That was one. Plagiarism claim. What was the other one? Presenters didn't even know where the class was, what time the class was happening on the day of the presentation. It kind of like gets you real jaded at that point in time.
Yeah.
The third one where the group members are directly trying to sabotage you mid-presentation. But at this point in time, you had the other 2 experiences, so you're used to that. So you had like your contingencies for them in case they did that shit already.
So you're saying during your presentation,
they're trying to sabotage me.
The people you're presenting with,
trying to sabotage me.
Even though it's a unified grade, you're gonna sabotage the group if you sabotage.
You were under the impression that I was gonna say they did nothing. I wasn't gonna do that because I knew we had a presentation. And I'm fine with you getting a grade as long as I get mine.
I'm in a situation like that. Like I did the entire presentation myself, and it was supposed to be a group effort. I created
just build them.
I did. I created a Google Doc, and I said to them, just insert information here so I can just pick out what I need for the presentation on PowerPoint. Right? I waited an entire week for somebody to put something in there. Nobody did anything until actually when I said, I've done the presentation. You guys can look at it and insert corrections or, pointers just in case.
You don't let them see it. You just do it, have it. You the only one who has it and say, yo, pay for it. Pay for it.
I should have done that, but I was just like, let me see if they will add anything to what I have here.
Have no faith in people.
They added nothing?
Just say pay for it. Don't let them have a copy. Let them reach the day stressing or not show up the day. When the lecturer asks you why they're not there, they say they had a situation they had to deal with.
I was trying not to be an asshole.
Oh man, it's not being an asshole. It's
profiting
off of bullshit.
Because we did do an essay together, you get me? Even though they did shit on that essay, that group essay, the presentation is what they didn't do anything on. And I wish, honestly, I'm glad they didn't do anything because I did shit with the essay that we actually collaborated on, which is why I took it up on myself to do the presentation by myself, and then just said, you know what, add shit if you need to add shit. Nobody added anything because apparently I'm so smart that there are no corrections. There's nothing you can add to my points. Or you're so dunce that you don't see where you could add something. And that affects me too because I'm not perfect. Maybe I wrote something and I would need somebody who is smart to say, well, Abby, this needs something that I'm not seeing. But I'm so dunce.
I don't need you to be smart. I need you to be willing to work with me. Or try. Try. If you can't even try, tell me what the issue is. Let me know so I can work on it. Shit.
Right.
But don't just shut up.
Stop talking, stop participating. At this point, I'm just glad we don't have to actually present together. So what we do now, we just upload the presentation and that's it.
Oh, you don't have to present?
I don't have to present. I don't have to Zoom present, nothing. I just upload the script and the PowerPoint and that's it.
That's nice.
Because otherwise, they'll be reading my words and not understanding what they're reading or how it's supposed to be read, the cadence, the tone, anything. They don't know anything about anything. And this gal put a poem in at the presentation. I wonder why she did that because it's so shitty. I don't think she understands anything about poetry. The whole thing just looks so arbitrary, so primary, like she write from like a 6th grade point of view, and it's just, you're in a tertiary level institution. I'm in a group with a couple of first years. I'm certain I don't have to ask. You want to know why? Because we're doing a English course, and you're supposed to be particularly smart to do this English course, or smart in English to do this English course. She didn't know what a thesis was. All of them didn't know what a thesis was. And we specifically were given a 3-point thesis to do, and they told me they didn't know what that was. And I said, you need to have 3 points that you're going to explain within your essay. And I had to explain this thing to them. And I was thinking, how they got into this institution, into this program, COVID. Because they didn't have to do the proper CXCs to get into this institution with a 1 hour distinction in English. Because all they did was the multiple choice paper, and then their school gave them the long paper. So it would have been their final grades from their English exam that they did at the school. So of course the school wants them to get 1s and distinction. So I think they mark them easier. I don't know if I'm assuming.
You are assuming.
But there's a lot of done, so I'm just using the evidence I have.
I mean, them people in particular could just be duds.
Oh, you get 1s.
They told you they got 1s?
They'd have to get 1s to be in the English course.
No, they don't.
You know which English course I'm talking?
Don't say it.
Yeah, that one. That hard one that everybody failed. That you had to do the particular test to get into if you didn't get a 1 or a distinction. Yeah.
You don't forget distinction for that.
You have to get a 1 or a distinction.
No, you can get a 2 for that.
You could get a 2?
Yeah.
But even 2 is supposed to be a good grade.
Yeah.
It
I agree, but you don't need the distinction to get into that.
Alright.
We need to stop now because we are sound real bad.
We not sound bad, but them drugs. You know what I feel? I have a mustache. See it?
No.
It's there.
No, it's not.
It's thin, but it's there,
Listen,
right?
I'm looking at you right now. It's not there.
I can pull. I just pull the hair.
That's what you call peach fuzz, and barely any.
Peach fuzz to me translates to mustache.
Listen.
I shouldn't have peach fuzz over my lip.
If your hair,
so I get rid of
hair on your head black, and whatever strand you're feeling there on your top lip, it's not even black because I can't see it. It's not a fucking mustache.
Well, I said it translates to.
It translates to. You're a fucking linguist now. And here's the issue.